Hi, thanks for watching. This is Hito from HITOSTAR.com. Today I'm going to be speaking about Pisces New Moon on February 23rd, 24th, 2020. This is a beautiful new moon happening in sign of Pisces. Pisces is about energy you cannot see. It's the energy of nature, energy of art, energy of music, energy of healing and spirituality. So at this new moon, it is a great time for us to tap into that energy. It's a wonderful time to do anything creative and be spiritual and do anything to do with healing. I love this sign of Pisces. It's about unconditional love, and it's about integrating all the energy, all the matters in the universe. So sign of Pisces is about a higher love energy. So if you can tap into that unconditional love, forgiveness around this new moon, it's a great thing for you to do. At this new moon, we have a beautiful configuration happening. We have the moon and the sun in sign of Pisces, and we have Mars in sign of Capricorn, and Uranus in sign of Taurus. So all these planets are making this triangle that's very much harmonized. When we have a harmonized angle with planets, it's an easier way of using the energy. Especially having this triangle at this new moon is a great opportunity for all of us. The combination of planet Mars and Uranus can give us new way of doing things. And since this is happening with Mars, that can be very fast, that can be very focused, and that can give us a lot of energy, passionate energy. If you are working on something, you might get some new ideas, realize some new ways of thinking, and it is a great time to try something new. So the planet Uranus can give us some surprises and shocks, so because it's a planet of electricity. If anything shocking or surprising happened to you, that's a sign from the universe. It's a time for you to change something. It's a time for you to realize something has to change. So listen to that message and try to change whatever you can change in your life. So we have some important events happening. The planet Mars, I just talked about, is in the state of out of bounds. So out of bounds is when a planet is going over the regular orbit. So in this case, when it goes beyond 23rd degree orbit. So when that happens, the symbolism of the planet is magnified. So since this is happening with Mars, it's a lot of fire energy. So it can be great for your career, for focus, to do anything to do with business. And it can be great for love. It's a passionate energy. Things you want to be careful is to get into a fight or argument. Because of the planet Mars, it's a planet of fighting as well. So if you feel that urge, just try to be calm, breathe, and use that energy in a healthy way, which is exercise, which is focusing on something. I guess exercise would be the best way I can think of. So if you can use that in a healthy way, that's great for you. This Mars out of bounds will go until March 2nd. So until then, try to build up your muscle instead of getting into a fight, and try to practice your breathing to be calm. All these things can help you in a really great way. And we have Mercury's retrograde happening on February 16th, and that goes until March 9th. So Mercury's retrograde is when the planet Mercury looks like it's going backwards from where we are on the earth. And that's the time we tend to experience some miscommunications, misunderstandings, and delays in general, delays in transportations, emails, responses. So if you experience all these things in month of February, just know it's not just you. It's happening for everyone. And Mercury is a lot to do with nervous system, and it's a lot to do with our mind. So we can just feel we are a little bit slowing down just in general. And I'm telling you, it's not you, it's the Mercury right here. We are all going through this time, and don't put it on yourself. Try to have some sense of humor. It's a time to slow down in a good way. So the best thing you can do at this time is to go into details. The details you normally don't get to go into. So it's a time to finally stop and look into all the documents that you haven't really looked into, all the sentences you haven't really looked into, all the emails, all the everything. I'm sure a lot of people are experiencing this in tax and other things around this time of the year, but it is a great time for that. And since this Mercury's retrograde is happening in sign of Pisces, it's a lot to do with our unconscious mind. So it's a great time for you to access the place where it's like a dreamy place. It can be literally your dreams or your higher self, your unconscious mind, which we don't normally recognize if we don't really put attention to it. But it is a great time to notice that. And I actually recommend you to do some affirmations and meditations if you can, visualizations. All these things are great for you. I've been doing affirmations just to remind myself anything is possible, and anything that I would think a problem is actually not a problem, that I can always change these things. So this Mercury's retrograde in sign of Pisces is actually a perfect time for that. So if you are willing to do some affirmations, please do so, because it's a time to access to your unconscious mind and spiritual side of yourself, your psyche. So we can all reprogram ourselves using this few weeks of Mercury's retrograde time. So at this new moon, although the sign of Pisces, where the moon and the sun is a very spiritual, dreamy, sensitive water sign, we have a lot of planets in sign of Capricorn, which is totally a different energy. Capricorn is an earth sign, and it's a lot to do with something physical. It's a lot to do with management and doing things for real. So we have Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, all these 4 planets in sign of Capricorn, including South Node, also called Dragon Tail. So all these things are in sign of Capricorn, meaning as many planets as we have in one sign, the sign can give us strong energy. So this Capricorn energy is something I've been talking about in the last 1 year or so. Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn have been conjunct in sign of Capricorn, and now we have Jupiter coming closer, and not only that, we have Mars coming closer at the same time. So this is a big event happening in 2019, 2020, and 21. Saturn and Pluto conjunction in sign of Capricorn. So it's a lot to do with making things happen. It's a lot to do with manifesting something. So a lot of people are experiencing something that need a lot of work, a lot of effort, but it's actually the time of breaking down the whole old structure and creating something totally new. So whether it's a society or it's in yourself personally, it's a time for a renewal, and we do this by doing the actual work. This energy of sign of Capricorn only works if you are putting work to it. So physical work is a must. And at this new moon, this energy is still happening. So if you have been working on something, keep going, keep working. You're doing great, and just little by little efforts can help. And throughout the 2020, 2021, it's a great time for you to build something up that eventually you would be surprised how much you've done, how much you've come. So including myself, it's been a great journey. I'm sure you have been experiencing this in any areas of your life. So give some compliments to yourself and keep working, keep going with your work. Thank you so much for watching again. So we just finished Leo full moon on February 8th, 9th, and I had big performances around that time that I was putting a lot of efforts and a lot of good minds to it. And I was actually very nervous, and I always tend to get nervous even though I've been doing all these performances for a long time. But this time, because I've been doing affirmations, I actually really felt that I pushed through this fear I had, and I was able to really create a great performance. In New York City right now, there is a fashion week going on, and I was part of these two events that was for music and fashion, and I was able to present my own original songs. I'm going to put the performance at the end of this video too. If you like this video, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Anything little can help me. Please let me know what you think, what you like. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching again. I am wishing you a beautiful new moon in Pisces. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
How are you, everyone? How are you, everyone? Come to the front. I see all this space. I'm like sad. Come down here. Ah, you're here. All right, great. Yeah, I want everyone to dance to my songs. I'm originally from Japan. I live here in New York for 13 years. I love New York. Who doesn't love New York? Yeah, we all love New York. So thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, Bridging Music. Everyone, let's go. I'm gonna play my song.